Inside this prison, many of the young inmates have committed crimes so horrifying that just hearing about them sends chills down the spine. One prisoner says he has already served 10 months, yet still has 27 years and 2 months left to face. Here, silence itself can be dangerous. If someone refuses to speak, they are met with abuse, threats, and even warnings of being stabbed. Fear and violence are not occasional incidents here, they are the normal reality of daily life. No one here truly believes that simply locking someone behind bars will magically turn them into a better person. To change a human being, you have to teach them, guide them, and give them time. That process is called rehabilitation. But in reality, to many, this place is known as nothing less than hell. Aylesbury Prison houses the country's most dangerous and unstable young offenders. Aged between 18 and 21, the officers working here face extreme danger every single day. One moment, they must wrestle weapons out of inmates' hands. The next moment, they are forced to deliver the most devastating news of someone's life. This prison feels like a completely separate world, cut off from society, operating under its own dark rules. Those who are the most violent gain the most fear and a twisted form of respect among other inmates. That fear slowly destroys all sense of order inside the prison. For people raised in violent environments, entering prison does not automatically change their nature. In recent weeks alone, several officers have been attacked. Once again, proving how fragile and dangerous life inside these walls truly is. Prisoners often attack officers by refusing to obey orders. In these cases, segregation blocks have to be used regularly. Prisons are not just places of punishment, they are also places where rules are taught. Many prisoners have never listened to anyone their whole lives. They are used to getting everything done by force. The goal is to make small changes, so that at least they learn to speak without swearing or beating. If an officer is seriously injured, the entire team breaks down mentally. Yet the attacking prisoner also has to be looked after. A nurse or officer has to handle both sides here. In 2012, 35 officers were attacked in this prison, 16 of whom had to be taken to the hospital. Many prisoners have come here with a history of violence in various prisons before. Over time, attacks on female officers have also increased, which has made the environment even more unsafe. Yet the officers do not carry any weapons. Their only duty is to keep the situation calm. When prisoners have access to TV, work or training, they are relatively calm. From the outside, they may seem unnecessary, but they are essential for internal security. Many young prisoners cannot express their feelings. The pain and anger build up and come out through abuse and threats. Officers have to endure the humiliation and work with them again the next day. Suicide attempts are also a big problem here. Prisoners try to hurt themselves with shoelaces, pens, or razor blades. Even after removing everything, the risk remains. The biggest fear of people working in prisons is getting news after going home after duty. A young prisoner has committed suicide. Many officers have witnessed the scene of death with their own eyes. They have to continue their work with this memory. For many prisoners in this prison, the greatest moment of hope is the visiting hour, seeing the face of their loved ones once a week. This short time is their last hope in life. For this young man in prison, the greatest peace is to meet his loved one. That is all he needs for now. There are still almost 9 months left before he can step outside. Their relationship began through letters, as pen pals. Slowly, those letters turned into love. Inside the prison, the small moments they share during visits mean everything to him. A brief touch, or even a single glance, is enough to break him emotionally. When it is time to say goodbye, a deep emptiness forms inside him one he cannot hide. Love came late into his life. He admits that this is the first time he has ever truly valued someone. Within just a few weeks, he proposed marriage, and the proposal was accepted. The feeling that someone believes in him has begun to change him. He no longer wants to disappoint anyone. Now, love means taking responsibility. His past was filled with crime. From a very young age, theft and vandalism were his daily reality. But now, he wants to change because he finally has something to look forward to. His dreams are simple: to finish his education, find a job, build a family, and one day live a normal life with his own children. Although his family is not fully convinced about this relationship, he has not given up hope. This love has become the center of his life. The prison staff understand this as well. They know that trust can change a person. But they also know the risk if this relationship breaks after his release. The young man could fall apart again. That danger still exists. The goal of the prison is to keep society safe while giving inmates a chance to change. For this reason, prisoners are given work, training, and responsibilities so that after release, they can begin a new life. Inside this prison, inmates learn various skills, including cooking and other practical jobs. This makes them more responsible. Even inmates with a history of self-harm are given limited opportunities, always under strict supervision. With consistent good behavior, they are gradually trusted with more responsibility, but the reality is harsh. Once outside prison, the lack of stable housing, bad influences, and the temptation of drugs pull many back into crime. That fear constantly haunts him. When he gets work inside the prison, time passes faster. He knows that once he is released, he will have to start life all over again because he does not want to return to his old life. Some inmates express their emotions through music, singing, or rap. For them, it becomes a form of mental release, but others fail to control their anger and turn to destruction instead. That only makes the situation worse and forces authorities to isolate them. Inside this prison, behavior can change in an instant. A small spark can turn into a major crisis. This young man admits that he often comes close to losing control. Every time he tries to pull himself backhand, every time he has to start over again. After spending several days in the segregation block, Oxy is returned to C Wing. Earlier, he had completely destroyed his cell. Authorities know there is a long-standing issue with Oxy's behavior. Despite repeated counseling, he keeps falling back into the same pattern: anger, destruction, punishment. He shows little interest in breaking this cycle. Oxy does not want to stay in this prison. According to officers, being surrounded by young and immature inmates only fuels his anger. Losing certain privileges makes him even more resentful. Mental health staff try to calm him, but he questions whether simply changing units will solve anything. He repeats the same demand. He wants to be alone, and he wants to get out. When even small requests are denied, he believes he is being deliberately provoked. At one point, he pours cleaning liquid under the door of his cell, turning the situation dangerous. Officers immediately realize that Oxy has lost control. He is sent back to the segregation block. In protest, he stops eating. After a few days, he starts eating again, but then begins to dirty his cell and blocks the toilet, creating a serious health risk for everyone. Officers try to reason with him, reminding him that he is still young, with much of life ahead. The choices he makes now will decide whether he returns to prison in the future. The reality of prison is grim, and the inmates return after release. The lack of education, work skills, and preparation is one of the biggest reasons. Meanwhile, Ryan Buckley begins to mentally collapse. Unable to cope with kitchen duties, he becomes suicidal again. He is very young, yet the fear of freedom overwhelms him. Drug debts and memories of his old life chase him relentlessly. Officers fear that once released, he may return to drugs. Even under supervision, Ryan attempts to harm himself. On one occasion, when he tries to take his own life, officers intervene just in time and save him. His condition is extremely serious. The authorities now have one clear goal: to stabilize Ryan mentally, so that he does not harm himself or others in the future. Meanwhile, another inmate in the segregation block begins a filthy protest. In the neighboring cell, Oxy once again starts destroying property, calling it his revenge. His special response team is deployed to regain control. Inmates are moved to empty cells. Officers speak to Oxy again, explaining that before leaving prison, he must learn how to handle life's hardest decisions, especially how to say no to drugs and bad influences. This change is not easy. It takes time. During his stay, Ryan Buckley spends a total of 220 days under special observation. Louis Bibby hopes that after release, he will start a new life with his fiancée. But due to constant conflicts with authorities, Oxy's sentence is extended by another 572 days. This prison is not just iron doors and concrete walls. It is a story of broken minds, anger, fear, and the last fragile traces of hope. Here, some are dangerous criminals, some are lost young men, and some are simply waiting for a single letter of love. The question is, does prison truly change people? Or does punishment only deepen the damage? If trust, love, and opportunity are the real keys to change, are we giving enough of them? Or do we give them too late when The person who could have changed is already gone. Share your opinion in the comments. And if you found this video meaningful, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.